Hey, Frontline fans, welcome back to Comic Frontline and Fans. You're with me, Mike Spider Slayer, bringing you that all-important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision on what comic books to buy. Today, fans, we're going to be talking about the New 52 Future's End, issue number 8. Now, this continues this weekly event that's going to be going on for quite some time. The series, I thought, started off pretty good, and then it kind of, you know, has all these little subplots that are going on and does not continue one story from issue to issue. What it does is it gives you a little bit of a story of a particular character for a couple of pages, and then right when it gets good, it goes on to a different story, and then same thing, and then same thing. And it's been a continuing trend in Future's End. And I feel it's a weakness for this book because there's a lot that goes on here and it constantly always switching gears. There's no consistent flow here. Now, the last issue, I thought there was an improvement. They focused a little bit more on the Frankenstein story of the Agents of Shade. So does this issue show an improvement? But before we go into the story, we're going to be talking about this cover here. Here we have the cover. We got this weird looking being or creature, or this god. I have no idea what it is. It does get revealed at the end of the issue. The artwork in this series has been very consistent. If it's not the same artist, then it's pretty close to it because the artwork is pretty good in my opinion. It may not be the best artwork, but it's definitely consistent. It makes you somewhat feel like you're reading, the same series each and every week. Unlike Batman Eternal, where it's always a different artist and it has a different feel to it. So I felt that the artwork was really good. So what I think about this particular issue, and even though last issue was an improvement and I had my hopes up, this particular issue was not that great. Not for me. It went back to its old ways. 2 pages, 3 pages, and you get a different character. Same thing, same thing, same thing throughout this issue. You get what's going on a little bit with Deathstroke here, talking again, blah, blah, blah. You have the Grifter talking as well. Talking with the girl of 50 Sue, and she shows how powerful she is, but nothing here that was worth my entertainment value. I'm just like, what's the point of all this? Okay, and that's what I'm finding out what's going on with this series. It's just like, what's the point? When is it going to start coming together? Here we still have Lois Lane basically trying to figure out what these numbers mean and what's inside this box that's leading to her finding out who Red Robin is and putting the story together. And then you go on to another story, and now they're introducing more and more characters as it goes, so I feel like we're getting even less and less of a story with each character. Here we have the professor and we have Jason here working together to create this teleportation device, and we find out that the device it fails and the professor runs away, not runs off, but he's all disappointed. And I thought this was the most interesting part of the story because I'm trying to figure out what this, how this is all going to mesh together. What's the point of, Jason working with this professor, and that Superman comes in here and you find out that he wants Firestorm and he wants him needed to the Justice League. And Jason's saying, well, Firestorm's no longer needed. I can't do it anymore. And I really want to find out why Superman is this way. Like, I want to know what it is. I really want to figure that out. And then it jumps on to another story. It jumps on to the whole, Stormwatch thing and recovering, all the characters that had to go with all, Stormwatch, and the stupidest thing was Frankenstein needs an arm, so he freaking cuts off Hawkman's arm, and he's gonna put it on his arm or on his body. There's so much pointless material in here. Like, what am I reading? And then we find out that there's this crazy creature at the end that was found in his temple, and he just winds up killing people. And it's just a pointless issue. There was no progression whatsoever. Nothing got accomplished. Batman Beyond wasn't in this issue. Um, and I want to find out what happened with him and Mr. Terrific. And again, he's supposed to be, I think, the main focal point in the story, and he's not in here again. He's the least involved character in this series. He's not in it as much as he needs to be. I don't really know what's going on in this story, and it's pissing me off because there's so much shit going on in here. What's the main part? Where's this all going? The one thing that Batman Eternal has is at least there's a main story that Falcone is, in this gang war. You have a new commissioner taking over Gotham. There's somewhat of a story here. That just goes all over the place. This, it just goes all over the place, but I don't know what the main story is anymore. I don't know what their focus is on. We went from Green Arrow's death to Firestorm splitting apart to Frankenstein going into Phantom Zone, and now we have the Grifter and Deathstroke in here, and it's just all over the place, and I just don't know where we're focusing on. And these two weekly series are starting to get me really aggravated. So after reading this book, I gotta give this one a 2 out of 5. It's just all over the place, and there was nothing here this week. Nothing here that made any progression or any sense, in my opinion, whatsoever. So guys, leave me your comments below. Tell me what you thought of this. Did you give up on this? Do you like this? Did you like the first issues better than the current issues? Do you like the current issues better than the old issues? Tell me your thoughts on this opinion on this series right now, because I'm interested to hear from it. So again, after reading this, I'm giving this one a 2 out of 5. And guys, into the next comic book review, check out comicfrontline.com for all kinds of great articles and news stories. We have Frontline Fiction on there, where we have stories written by the crew. Me especially, I have The Realm of Dreams issue 0 out. Issue number 1 will be out as of Wednesday. If you guys want to check out my new series there, you can check out Cat's script for Arrow. You can check out Jay's Guardians. So we got all kinds of stuff on there. You can check out comicrelated.com as well for all kinds of great podcasts. And guys, again, until the next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off, and I'll see you real soon.